What up, what up, what up? This is Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is the ranking of the never ever Mets. All right. This is the women. Now, we've gone through a lot of stuff, and it's just things have changed. Things have definitely changed. And I find it necessary to redo the rankings of these lovely young ladies. Now, without further ado, let's just go in. And as usual, I am going to go from 7 to 1. All right. At the bottom of the list is Kiki. All right. Listen, this ranking is not about whether or not she's a good person. This is not about that. All right. This is not about how well she is as a person. This is not about any of that. Right. This is about wifey rankings. All right. Wifey rankings. That means, my opinion, and I have a lot of experience. I've even been married 20 years. Okay. A lot of experience. I know what a wife looks like. And I'm going to just say, Kiki has some work to do. All right. She has a lot of work to do. Number one, she has to get rid of her depression. Okay. I have a sneaky feeling that she is manic depressed. Depressed. You know what I'm talking about. Depressed. She's just depressed. For whatever reason. It could be because of her mother. It could be because of her size. It could be because of her alcohol. It could be because her ex-boyfriend practically beat all of this. Well, I don't want to say beat. Okay. He practically got rid of all of the self-esteem that she had left. And when that relationship went downhill, and then her mother passed on top of that, she fell deeper into a depression. This is all speculation. I don't know this chick from Adam, but this is all speculation, and this is what I'm seeing so far based on the information available, is that Kiki needs to work on her depression first and fall back in self with herself first. Fall back in love with herself first. She really needs to fall back in love with herself. She doesn't seem to really love herself much. She seems to be self-medicating. I think the doctor was on to something when she said that. Self-medicating either with food, dopamine hits, just dopamine hits, food, alcohol. She said alcohol is, gets her in a better mood, makes the situation more fun. That's telling me she's addicted to dopamine to try to combat the depression that she is working on. This happens to a lot of people. Honestly, I think Kiki is kind of attractive. She would be attractive if she lost 200 pounds, right? I think she would be attractive if she lost 200. Then we could talk, because she got to be around 354 for real. She just got to be. And there's, that's just not healthy. Let's just keep it a buck. That's just not healthy. If a man was that big, women would show him little to no mercy. None. Okay. So I gotta keep it a buck. I do like her face. Looks like she has a good face bone structure. Sort of like Lizzo, right? Lizzo was about her size, but Lizzo's lost weight. Now you see the beauty coming back into Lizzo. So shout out to Lizzo. I think the same thing will happen with Kiki. If she lost 200, you will start to see the beauty come back into her. Um, but she needs to work on her self esteem, her depression, her weight, her alcohol, uh, and and her old relationship. Get rid of her old relationship if she wants to have a successful relationship with Brandon. All right, not a bad person, but at the bottom of the list when it comes to wifey material because she got so much work to do. It is a uphill battle, and it's not going to really be worth it. But I got Kiki at number 7. At number 6 is Brittany. Okay. Now look, I had this chick up very high at first. I thought she was giving off wifey energy, but she did a super smooth manipulation tactic on my boy Ty. It was a work of art, really. It was a work of art. Ty noticed it, but he still fell into the trap. He noticed the trap. He seen the trap, but the cheese was in there, so he was like, "Let me just go ahead going in there anyway. Maybe the trap won't trap me." Sure enough, next time I see this brother, he massaging pinky toes and topping off her drinks and this, that, and the third, and it's like, oh my goodness. And she never took accountability. She just said what she might work on to change, so you can keep me. I'll try to loosen up a little bit and show you a little bit of this and that. Look, listen, I'm not against a woman wanting more attention from her man, okay? But I do not like women who protect their ego. She is protecting her ego. She has not taken accountability. She wants everything to go her way. And I don't see or hear a lot of the things that she's going to be doing for Top. This is all about her trying to train a man to turn into a simp. It happens. There's a lot of women out there who do have the skills to train their men. And especially men who are sort of hard up for a woman's touch or hard up for a relationship or whatever. They're the most vulnerable when it comes to manipulation. She showed me some smooth female manipulation. Oh, it's all your fault. You're not doing this. Oh, but what this, and Ty said this. He said, but this is not all about what Ty has to work on. Oh, well, you just want to be lazy. You want to do this. She curved the mess out of that and never took accountability. I've said it before, kryptonite. I'm telling you, accountability is kryptonite for, I'm going to say most women, not all, especially sisters. I don't know what it is with sisters, but a lot of sisters just really do not like to take accountability. It's like, it's unattractive to men. And this is probably why sisters are the least married of all of the groups. I love my sisters. I married a sister, but still, you know what I mean? It's just one of those situations where I thought she was bringing a certain type of energy, and then it just fell to the wayside, and now it's all about her and what you gonna do for me, and he probably want to get with me and have relations with me, but that's about it. He ain't doing nothing. Like, oh my God, you are not all that, sweetheart. It's so easy for Ty to move on. It will be so easy for Ty to move on. You are not what you think you are. I don't know who told you I don't know who told you that you are God's gift to man, but somebody lied to you. Okay. You got a son already. Your son is the center of your universe, which is fine, but I'm not going to have you be my center you're not going to be the center of my universe while your son is the center of your universe. Who's going to be uh who am I going to be the center of their universe? Nobody. Okay? Nobody. So this is the problem with relationships in general, is that women have their focus on everything but they man. They man come last in priority. They want to be first priority to you, to the man, but they're not going to put you first in anything. This is why relationships do not last. Is because there's an imbalance. There's not a balance. I guess you could say a balance of power. And men have been falling for this way too long. And men need to just start loving on themselves and recognizing their value. They're starting to do that, by the way. But some of us still need some work in that department. And shout out to Ty. I think he's a decent dude, but he just got smooth played by Brittany. She never took accountability, never had to, got everything that she wanted. And look, if Ty is doing this just to smash, I don't know. That would be a question. Are you doing this just to smash, bruh? Like, first of all, she ain't worth it. She ain't all that. She all right. She ain't nobody I'm gonna be bowing down to. No. She just a basic chick. And she got a baby. And the baby is the center of her universe. But while she's giving that energy to the baby, she wants that. She want to be babied. She want you to baby her. And it's like, next. That's my opinion. So Brittany took a slide in the rankings this week, especially. I did not like how she moved. She is not wifey material like that. As there was limited footage on them before, so I couldn't get a good read on her. But I see how she moved now, and nah, she ain't it. I got Brittany at 6. At number 5 is Alicia. Now, this is the last time I'm gonna bring her up since she left the show. Alicia, listen, she was very obnoxious. She was obnoxious. I think a part of me does feel like she wants to find her man and be with her person, but I think it's so hard to understand and be with her that is stopping her from finding her man. Looks ain't a problem. Alicia is cute. Okay. Alicia is cute. She's cuter than the last two for sure. Some might even rank her number 1 as far as the beauty mark. And I understand that, but I didn't put her first because I'm skeptical of the hair. I don't think that's really hers, and I'm skeptical of the body. I don't think it was all that tight, but her face is immaculate. Her face is gorgeous. Okay. The face card is good, but she really just, it's just hard to get along with. She has so many, it's almost like trying, and just work with me here. I'm trying to make a comparison, and the only one I came up with was the one that came to the top of my head is like a endangered animal, right? Who has a particular diet, like a panda bear, right? Panda bear is cute. Panda bear, you want to spend a lot of time with the panda bear, but man, you got to nurture it. You got to, it only eats a certain type of food. It you know, the mamas don't really take good care of the babies at all. It's like it has so many internal flaws, but it's cute to look at. You know what I mean? Um, reason I mentioned pandas because I went to Hong Kong and I visited the panda zoo. I might even put that in this video. All right, I went and I had fun with the panda bears. You know, not a lot of people gonna be able to see panda bears in their life. You know, so especially from Western culture, but um, that's what Alicia reminds me of just for the sake of an explanation, an animal that is really nice to look at, but has such a strict diet, things to things to help it survive. That is just so much maintenance to keep it up, but cute to look at. You know what I mean? That's kind of how Alicia is. She has, and I'm not knocking her for having her ailments or her, and she wants peace. She didn't really listen to Irv much at all. She was combative. Don't talk to me like that. But she can talk to you any kind of way she wants. She can even butt in your business. Okay. She cannot even be in a relationship with you and tell you what you should be doing. It's like, relax. Okay. You need to work on your own relationship. Why are you over here? She's just all over the place. And it's just like, you wonder if the juice is worth the squeeze at the end of the day. So, yeah, I got Alicia at number 5 because she's just too much to really deal with. And she doesn't give you any affection, no hugs, no kisses, no anything. It's probably best that she didn't do that with Irv, but that was one of his frustrations. Like, we're not even pretending to get close. We're not even trying to get close. And you just want to be by yourself all the time, but in everybody else's business, not show me affection, but you want to, you want to call all the shots. This is all out of whack. So I got Alicia at number 5. At number 4 is Alexis. All right. I haven't forgot how reckless Alexis is. Okay. Yeah, I rhyme. I do that. But anyway, Alexis is still a character. I noticed that the competition, she didn't trust nobody. She got trust issues. Okay, she's another person who protects her ego. I cannot stand that, because you're never going to get a genuine person who protects their ego, because they don't want to look a certain way, or they don't want to look a certain way. So they'll protect their ego. And I don't want you to look at me as soft or weak, or you can disrespect me. So I'm going to protect my ego and not have accountability, not have empathy or sympathy for you. Just a whole bunch of stuff. And she was that way. Apparently, she's trying to get Chris in the boom boom room. And Chris is the one who was like, nah. Chris is like, nah, when I'm ready, you will get blessed. But until then, until we work all this other stuff out, I'm not going to bless you with that. Shout out to Chris. His brother was on Ready to Love. Now he on the Never Ever Mets, and he's a character for sure. Um, but Alexis, she's just. I think she's the oldest person on the show. I think she was. I think Irv. It was between her and Irv. I think she was older than Irv though. I think she was older than Irving. But yeah, well, let me see how old she is here. Let me scroll down. She is 47. Yeah, so I think she's the oldest person on the show. She's trying to get young Chris, who is only 30. How old is Chris? 36, 35. So she's trying to get young Chris in the boom boom room. Let me see what you got, young man. You know what I mean? She on her cougar. It's okay when women do it for some reason, but women got a problem when men do it. When men been doing it since time immemorial, it's just, I mean, a lot of women, not all, but a lot of women have really flipped a whole bunch of narratives. They the masculine one in the relationship. They call all the shots. They the ones who want to get in the sack and test out the equipment. But when the check comes, then they're a woman. Then okay, that's your responsibility. You have the equipment to say that you pay all the bills. You the one with the Johnson, okay, in between the legs. So that means you pay the bills. But as far as all the other perks of being masculine, I'm gonna steal all of those from you. Because I see a benefit in being a man. I want to be a man until the bill comes. Then I'm a woman. Just like that's what I get from Alexis. She don't trust anybody. She did the exercise with the trust, and I think she was peeking on the floor because she had her head down and her eyes closed. I think she was peeking at the floor. Just look. It just goes to show the rest of her personality. If she don't trust people in that exercise, you think she's gonna trust a man? Never. She's not gonna trust her man. She got trust issues. She probably shouldn't even be in a relationship. Okay. If your trust issues is that bad and they put on display, even in not a ceremonial, but a exercise like the improv, if you can't even trust the situation in that situation, like you're not gonna trust your man. You the oldest chick here, okay? You should have it together, and you don't. She did try and correct things, and she did do a little bit of listening to Chris, which is why I'm kind of giving her a little more props than the other ladies under her. And she is kind of turning it around a little bit. So some of the old wisdom is starting to kick in a little bit, but she still got a long way to go. I got Alexis at number 4. At number 3 is Charlie. All right. Now, I know some of y'all might have Charlie a little lower or this, that, and the third. She lied about having kids, and yeah, she did lie about that. But Charlie does a lot of things good too. Okay, she put it on her man, right? They went in the boom boom room. It is what it is. She does listen to Jared. She has a feminine disposition. All right. And I think that, and she's willing to move him into her house. She has a 6-bedroom house, which is good, considering the amount of kids she got. And she just seems cool to hang out with. You don't never really get no trauma from Charlie. Only thing you get from her is lying. And if you're wise and smart enough, you can pick up on them lies, okay, and figure out what kind of woman you got. But not her spirit is not bad. Her spirit is not damaged. Her spirit is not confrontational. You know what I mean? It's relaxed. It's, she can have a good time with Jared and just be a good woman, good wife. If she get the right guy, maybe she can, create a family, but she just got to work on that line. That's really the main issue I see with Charlie is her lying. That's well, and all them kids. Okay, that's huge too. She got 4 kids. That is not easy for a man to assimilate to, and that's the problem Jared is having. But you know, if Charlie is number 3 on the list and she's a liar, it tells you about the list. Okay, that tells you about the list of women that we're working with here. But I like her disposition. I like if I seen her out in public, I probably will speak to her or whatever. But then it's like, oh, you got 4 kids. Oh, you a bit of a liar too. Like, so, but her spirit has gotten her this far, and I like it. So, Charlie, number 3. At number 2 is Tatiana. All right. Um, I like, I like her. Her and Clay had a good run this week. They were all kissy and huggy up in the back of the cars and doing her thing. She just want her man to be honest. I can understand that. I don't like the little attitude that she got though. Um, I didn't like how she talked to Clay at Top Golf that one time when they went to Top Golf. That was a no attitude. That's just a hint of what's to come later on in a relationship. Um, because I feel like if a woman don't know how to talk to a man now, when she first meet him, she not gonna get better as the relationship goes on. She's gonna get worse. Okay. Everything gets worse. The what's the second law of thermodynamics? Entropy. Okay. Everything decays, and things don't get better; they get worse. All right. The relationship fizzles, it decays, and people go on with their lives. But um, I I still like her. I respect the fact that she don't want to be lied to. I respect the fact that she want Clay to be himself. I respect all that. It's just her conflict resolution skills need some work. They really need some work. Um, and that's really her main downfall. Now, men might be able to deal with that because they'll talk crazy right back to her. Um, I'm one of those guys. I talk back crazy right back to her. Um, but because I'm never going to be in a situation where um, I'm going to be disrespected like that. It's just not going to happen. Again, though, she has a lot of redeeming qualities. She's very attractive. She looks like she can be lovey-dovey and kiss on her man and show affection and be fun to hang with when she's on point. It's just that her conflict resolution, when she get upset, she might go off the deep end. But I still got Tatiana at number 2. Kind of fitting, right? Tatiana 2, anyway. And yes, still at the number 1 position is my girl Jay. I really want to know what her real name is, but I have not seen anything but queenness in this woman since the show started. No beefs with Cinco, no getting in other people's business for the most part. No conflicts, no looking for problems, no nothing, no lack of affection. I mean, her and Cinco got the business right away. I think she has 4 kids too. She has kids too. That's probably her only knock, really. Um, but you know, she looks like she will be a team player. She looks like she will be a good partner. She looked like she would. I'm surprised that she's not with somebody already. I'm curious. I think she got 4 kids too, and my question will be, what happened with those? What happened with those situations? Because um, I have to be missing something. I have to be missing something. And I'm sure there's something going on with Jay. I just don't know what it is because they don't cover her enough. And her and Cinco seem to have no problems. She's attractive enough. She's just as attractive as any other woman on the show. I had her at number one, actually, as far as attractiveness. I think Jay is a cool chick. If G to the head, I would say if I had to choose one of the chicks on the show, I would easily be choosing Jay. It's just not, there's not nobody really close, really. Um, Tatiana is a little close, but we got to get that attitude and that talking greasy to your man. We got to get that in check. But I seen none of that from Jay, and nothing but pleasant and good vibes from her. That's it. So there you have it from her. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Would y'all put somebody somewhere else? Put it out in the comments. I really would like to know. Hit the like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.